Hi guys and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Gemma Summer and today we're going to be talking about tips for first timers who are visiting Walt Disney World. This is a question I get asked on my Instagram a lot, like every week, and I thought there's just so much to do in Walt Disney World. It's so hard to answer it in just a simple paragraph, so I thought I'd do a quick video for you. I've been given some questions that you guys want answering and I'm going to just try and do my best to help you get the best out of your first time at Walt Disney World and tell you guys what we do and what might work for you and just hopefully give you the best holiday when you visit Disney. Okay, so first up, a lot of people when they first go to Disney World tend to not drive, and I wouldn't say this is a massive thing you need to do for the first time, but it really does give you freedom, and I think it helps more, because there have been times when you were at your resort and you're waiting for the resort bus to take you to a park and it doesn't come on time, or the bus doesn't turn up, or the bus takes an hour to turn up, and you're having to wait on someone else's time rather than on your time and doing things when you want and having to like run to a schedule of the buses. It can be quite daunting, I know, because you are in another country, you may not know the roads. I mean, if it's the first time you're going and you don't feel comfortable, do it on your second time. I took a bus one time from Magic Kingdom to Animal Kingdom with some friends. It's the first time I ever took a bus in Walt Disney World, and there was nowhere for me to sit. We had to stand in the middle and it was very cramped and it was very busy. And considering what's happening with like the whole coronavirus and stuff, I wouldn't want to be crowded on a bus next to people. That's just me. But it does really give you the freedom to explore whenever you want, and especially go and explore different resorts without having to wait, go down to Downtown Disney or Disney Springs without having to wait. So having a car gives you so much more freedom, especially if you want to explore other things in Orlando other than Walt Disney World. Okay, second tip. This might not be for everyone, but I think it's such a good tip. It would be, as soon as you go into Epcot, head to the gift shop at the front and pick yourself up an Epcot Passport. This is great for adults and so great for kids, and obviously with Epcot it is a big showcase of all the countries around the world, and every single cast member in each country, each pavilion, is from that specific country. So you're essentially talking to someone from China, from Japan, from Mexico, who can give you information about their country, who can say something in their language and explain what it means. Like, it's very cultural, and I love Epcot, and I think these are so great. It comes like this, and it also gives you a badge. So if you love collecting badges, this is the only way you can get this badge, is if you buy the passport. I can't remember how much. I think it's like $20, or maybe it was like $15.95. It wasn't a lot. So you get the badge, you get the passport, and you get stickers to pop in the passport. So you get all the stickers. So this one's for China, and it's got all the pictures of the China pavilion or of the Norway pavilion. It's a really nice thing to look back on, and they write the date of entry, the time of entry, they pop little stickers on, and then they'll write something in their language. So for example, if I go to Japan, because she wrote something really nice for us in Japanese, and yeah, you can have really good interactions with cast members this way. And it's so great to talk to a cast member because they're so informative. They might be able to tell you things about that pavilion and about their country that you might not have known before, and you get to take this home, you get to look at it, and you get to really reminisce. And it's fun for kids to like stick all the stickers in, and it just gives you like a nice memory to look back on. You just find the people that are sat at the desk and they will do this for you. They'll stamp it and you will complete your whole passport. Then you can put notes in there of your day. You can pop a picture of yourself, you're in like all your stuff as if it was like a real passport. So I think that is a really great idea, and that is what you would do in Epcot. Top tip number 3. I don't even know if I should name these because there's so many different ones, but it would be, if you were having a birthday, get yourself a birthday badge. Get them a cast member to write your name on it, or if you're just celebrating something, get yourself a celebration button. These are free. You can get these at most retail stores. You can get these at the town hall in Walt Disney World. They give them out. There's ones for like celebrating wedding anniversary, birthdays, celebrating anything, and you can write anything on it and wear it, especially when it's your birthday. Wearing this one's so good. It can give you so many magical moments, and if you're having a birthday at Walt Disney World, I highly recommend to wear it, because there'll be times when you'll just be in a store and you'll get a magical moment. It's such a nice extra that Disney do. So if you are celebrating a birthday, make sure you pick yourself up a badge from one of the stores. Okay, another tip for you. This was one of the questions that got asked to me. So it was basically saying, if you were going to go to the park and you wanted to stay all day until the fireworks, what time would you ideally go? As a family, we do not tend to go like 8 till midnight. We don't go early in the morning because you will tire yourself out. No matter what anyone says in their vlogs on how they do it, everyone's got a specific way that they like to do it. So if you wanted to stay for the fireworks, I'd probably suggest going like mid-afternoon, maybe lunchtime. And if you were to go lunchtime, I would suggest probably eating lunch before you went into the parks, because it is very expensive to eat in the parks. And if you want to stay till fireworks, staying like very early in the morning until late at night will burn you out, and it will burn your children out. So I definitely suggest going to the pool in the morning, or doing something else that was on your list, like maybe going to a mall or one of the outlets, and then heading to a park, so that it's not like a really long day of parks. Obviously everyone is different, and that is how we tend to do it, and this is also what I would suggest to do. I would suggest when you go to a park, have a day off after to let yourself recover, rather than doing park, because I guess if you're going for 7 days, it depends how long you're going for. You want to fit everything in, obviously do that. But if you're going for 2 weeks and you have quite a bit of time, have some days off, or have some mornings off, or do a morning and have the evening, afternoon off, so that you get a chance to rest, get a bit of pool time in, get that tan going, and you're not absolutely killing your feet and doing a million steps a day. So I would suggest do a park day, get your itinerary, and then have a day off. Park day, have a day off. That's what we tend to do, and it doesn't knacker you out as much. Another tip, I don't know what number we're on, probably going to be very obvious, but it would be to wear shoes that you have worn in. There's many times that people have gone to Walt Disney World, bought brand new shoes, and they've said to me, oh my god, my feet are in bits. I even went with someone and their feet were in absolute bits because they had worn brand new shoes. So make sure you have comfy shoes and take plasters. Make sure you have plasters in your bag. So that takes me on now to what I would take in my backpack to Walt Disney World. I'm just going to reel off some like the obvious things. I have done a what's in my Disney Parks bag. I will link those 2 videos below, and I will do an updated version for when I go this year, because it will always be different depending on what time of year I'm going. Okay, so what I would definitely take in my park bag, which is a must, is a fan. Some people take cool towels, I take a fan. This I got off Amazon. I will leave a link down for it below if I can find it. It has 3 different settings and different colours, and it folds away really nicely so it fits in your bag. This is great, especially if you're going during like one of the warm seasons, which is the majority of the time. It is so hot in lines, waiting outside for characters. Get yourself a fan. Another must is hand sanitizer. Before coronavirus I always had this anyway, but this is obviously going to be more prominent now. I'd also recommend to take sun cream, spare hair ties to pop your hair tie up with, sometimes even a change of top, because I will sometimes change if I'm too hot, like I will wear a t-shirt and then think actually I want to wear a vest top. I will sometimes take a different change of clothes in my backpack. And then just the obvious things like take your cable and take a charger for your phone. And then if you're a girl, I would definitely take a little bit of top up makeup. Once I tend to put makeup on in Florida, it does tend to stay on, and I will do a what makeup I wear in Florida because a lot of you have requested that too. I can't think of anything else that I'd really take in my bag that's like that obvious, but I will link the videos down below for what's in my bag. Okay, another tip is have an itinerary. Make sure you know what you're doing before you go. I feel like this is a fairly obvious one too, because you have to book your fast passes and your dining in advance. So essentially you're booking what parks you're going to be in on what day. So make sure that you spread it out. Make sure that you have the fast passes spread out. I know sometimes it's hard to get the fast passes you want. So another question was, what would you like queue for if you can't get a fast pass? So the rides that I would definitely suggest to queue for that you can't get a fast pass for would be Pandora Flight of Passage. I've never had a fast pass for it, but I've queued every time, and it always says 3 hours, but it never is. It's always less. So I would queue for Flight of Passage, but I wouldn't queue for Navi River Journey. I would get a fast pass for that. If you can't get a fast pass for Snow White's Mine Train, queue for it because it is a really good ride. And in the Magic Kingdom there's not too many little roller coasters like that which give you like the thrill, so I would queue for that. I would also queue for Space Mountain, but a tip for Space Mountain is go single rider. You're sitting singly in the car anyway, you're not sat next to someone, and they pull single riders out of the queue and you are on like that. There's been so many times where I've literally bypassed the whole queue because I am a single rider. Rides in Animal Kingdom I would queue for, as well as Pandora would also be Everest. I love all the thrill rides, and there's not too many in Disney World, so it's nice to get those in. Queue for Everest, do single rider for Everest. If you can't get on a ride and it's too long of a wait, just do a single rider. The worst you're going to be sat next to is someone random, and you know it's going to be awkward. It never is. I would actually queue for quite a lot in Hollywood Studios. I would queue for Tower of Terror. It's a thrill ride. Toy Story Mania and Aerosmith Rock and Roll Roller Coaster. I've not done Slinky Ride because I can never get a fast pass for that, so I probably would queue for that too. Another thing I would do as a Disney first timer for the first ever time visiting Walt Disney World would be download the Walt Disney World Experience app, because this will have everything that you need to know, and make sure that all your family have a profile on there so that you can book your fast passes on there, and you can change your fast passes if you need to. You can have a reminder of your dining reservations, and you can change and rebook dining reservations on there. It's also great for checking out each park and checking the wait times, or checking exactly where everything is. If you don't have an actual park map, you can switch it at the top and select your category. You can find the nearest restrooms, events and tours, dining, entertainment, shops, resort hotels and transport. So if you're going for the first time, I probably definitely recommend to buy the Memory Maker Photo Pass. If you don't know what this is where, if you're walking down Main Street USA, you'll see like 3 photographers, one after the other, each getting close to the castle. Or any great spot to take a picture in Walt Disney World, there will be a cast member there who is a PhotoPass cast member. So basically you pay a little bit extra for it. Sometimes it comes included in your park tickets depending on who you book with. This is something I absolutely love to have, and as the first time in the memories it will give you will be just so magical. You can also get magical shots, so there's a picture of me like this and then they inserted a chip, or there's a picture of me like this in Galaxy's Edge and then there's a porg on my shoulder. So you can get magic photo passes, and everywhere that you think, oh that's a good photo spot, a cast member will be there. So it is great to buy that, because then you can get the pictures, you can get them sent straight through to your Walt Disney World app, and you don't have to decide there and then on the day like in Disneyland Paris where you go get printed out. Or you can actually just download them from the My Disney Experience app. I got a really good one which I waited in line for at Galaxy's Edge, which was a 360, and even if you're not a Disney like hotel member, if you're not staying in a Disney Resort hotel, get yourself a magic band. It took our family such a long time to actually get a magic band. We just used our cards to obviously tap in, give to the photo pass person. But getting a magic band, regardless of if you're staying on property, is so much more convenient and easier. You load your card of your actual ticket onto a magic band, and then you don't really have to bother with your card. You're constantly just tapping. So getting a magic band I would definitely recommend as a first timer if you're not staying in a Disney resort. This is kind of something that I put in my park bag as well as a tip, would be take a bottle of water. A lot of people seem to think that you can't take any water bottles in. You can take a water bottle in and you can fill it up for free in the parks. If you don't have a water bottle, no problem, you can still get free water in the parks. I think you can get it from like most quick services, and you can get it from Starbucks. You can just ask for some tap water. That is another tip. You can get water from pretty much anywhere that serves food and drink for free. Another question that I always get asked is, where can I put my bag when I go on rides? What bag should I take? Primark do some fab bags. They're kind of small, but they fit a lot in. You don't want to be carrying around a massive rucksack, which is heavy, because it's like lugging around all day. And I did it once, and I would never do it again. It was just tiring. So get a little backpack, and when you go on rides you can pop your bags in lockers. You can actually sometimes take your bags on some of the rides. You just pop it in between your feet. It kind of shocks me that you have to take your bag sometimes on Rock and Roll Roller Coaster, because it does have a loop inside, and I always worry. I've always got my feet like wrapped around my bag and my hand in my bag strap so that the bag doesn't fly out of the car. So So a lot of the questions I also get asked is about food, snacks, what do I not want to miss, and where shall I eat. This obviously depends on like what you prefer, but for Hollywood Studios I'd recommend to eat at Sci-Fi Diner because the experience is amazing, especially for kids. It's like you're at an Outback movie in a car, you're sitting in a car. And I would also recommend trying like the blue milk there, and just the usual Mickey pretzels with cheese I absolutely love. In the Magic Kingdom I would recommend Bells, like the Be Our Guest restaurant. I don't overly love the food. We only really go for lunch because it is very, very expensive, and I don't even think lunch is the greatest. I think I had a kids meal when I was in there, but it's just so beautiful to see the Great Hall. It's great to just be inside the West Wing, so I would definitely recommend that as like an experience thing rather than like the food. Another good place for food in Walt Disney World in like Magic Kingdom would be Casey's. It's a quick serve, but I love the hot dogs there. And also would be where I had my birthday meal, which is the Plaza Gardens. As for Epcot, this is such a difficult one because you can eat around the world. I've done Teppan Edu, which is where they cook the food in front of you in Japan. That is fab. We always go to Via Napoli in Italy, which is the biggest pizzas. That's a great one to eat at. I really want to try the Chinese one, which is I think the something dragon, 9 dragons maybe. There's a really nice one in Mexico, and it also depends on what time of year you go to Epcot because there's 2 festivals which are great for food, which are Flower and Garden Festival, and if you're going for that festival I would suggest the Violet Lemonade. It is insane. And if you head into the back of China, there is a guy who's there at specific times throughout the day, and he'll make candy floss for you in the most beautiful way, multicolored, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And as for food and wine, I don't have too much food throughout food and wine. I have only done it a few times, and with both of those you can get passport. So you've got the food and wine festival, and then you've got Flower and Garden, and these are great because they have stickers, so you can actually tick off where you've eaten and what you've actually like been to and what you've seen, and just tick off everything really. So this is great for finding like new places to eat and what you want to eat. I would suggest trying a funnel cake because that is delicious. Another place I'd suggest eating would be Beaches and Cream Soda Shop at the Beach Club. It is so cute. It's so good for like the Mickey kitchen sink. If you want the Mickey kitchen sink, you can get it at Beaches and Cream, but you can also get it on Main Street USA in the Magic Kingdom at the ice cream parlour. You can get a massive one at Beaches and Cream, or you can get a mini Mickey one and a mini Minnie Mouse one. As for Animal Kingdom, places I would eat at Animal Kingdom would be Yak and Yeti. You can have a sit down meal in there, which is lush. Also quick serve is lush. And they also have Satuli Canteen. I don't know if I've said that right. I had the burger pods in there. I would recommend. I wasn't overly blown away. I think Yak and Yeti blows it out the water, but I know there's other places in there that I haven't tried, like Tiffin's, and I've not tried that yet. And a quick snack that I would suggest getting in Animal Kingdom would be the Night Blossom drink from Pandora World of Avatar. It is a really nice slushy drink. It's got baboa balls at the top which burst, and it also has a flashing little like cube thing in it which you get to keep, which is great. So Magic Kingdom, if you want to get some good snacks, the best place to go is Storybook Treats, and it's literally opposite Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, and they do like the Peter Pan slushy drink, the Tinkerbell slushy drink. They've done the red one, which is obviously red from the Pirates of the Caribbean ride. I think they do the Tango de Claire. They do different things like depending on the year or depending on like the season, so definitely go check it out. And as we draw this video to a close, because I know it has become very long with me talking about all the things that you don't want to miss, the top things not to miss I would suggest are Happily Ever After. It will blow your mind. It is so, so good. And the best place to stand for Happily Ever After, I would say, would be kind of like Main Street USA in the middle. And I think a lot of people think the closer you are to watch Happily Ever After, the better. I've done it super close, and it blocks most of the fireworks and how they're meant to be shown and like how they're actually meant to look. So the further back you stand, you see the fireworks more, you see the shapes of the fireworks and where they're actually meant to be. So stand a little bit further back, you'll still see what's on the castle, and it is unreal. Another one I would definitely suggest not to miss would be Fantasmic. I absolutely love that. You can fast pass it, but you don't necessarily need to fast pass it, and you can also do a dessert party for all of these. But Fantasmic is fab. The songs are amazing. I would definitely recommend. Get there within enough time so you get a good seat too. And Animal Kingdom, I would definitely recommend to see the Lion King Festival of the Lion King if you love that, and the Nemo show. It's hard to see them both sometimes in one day because of depending on what time, so definitely make sure you have an itinerary for when you're going to Animal Kingdom so that you get enough time to ride everything, see all the attractions, and see the show times for each show. Okay, so I feel like that is kind of like the top tips for first timers. Have an itinerary, make sure you know what you're doing, because it can be very, very overwhelming. So yeah, make sure you have your fast passes booked and your dining booked so that you're not at a complete loss. Sometimes you can go in and have nothing booked and just wing it, but I do feel like if you want to get the most out of your first time at Walt Disney World, it is good to have an itinerary. I hope this video has helped you a little bit. I know there's been a lot of information, a bit of a mishmash here and there, but I hope it makes sense and I hope you've made some notes. And I really hope you enjoy your first time at Walt Disney World, and I hope this has helped. Subscribe if you haven't already, and leave a comment if you want to know anything else, or if it's helped you, or if you did any of these things on your trip because of this video, please let me know. And thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you again with a new video. Stay safe, take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye!